All right, hello, welcome. This week we are going to be looking at our workflow for the midterm projects. Download and install Unity, download and install GitHub, and then how to create a new project in Unity, importing our sample files for the midterm, and then how to configure that new project so that we can build or export that project into a file format that we can then deploy or display on GitHub pages. So ultimately, what we should end up with at the end of this tutorial series is a working version of our sample project files running in the browser on a URL from your GitHub Pages account. So for this week, I just want you to run through that whole workflow with the sample project files. You don't need to create an artwork. I just want you to run through that workflow so that you know how it works. In this video today, we're going to specifically look at downloading and installing the software that we're using, Unity and GitHub. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up a download link, which you'll find below in this Canvas page, that points us to some software called Unity Hub. And in this software, this download page has a few different options, a few different things for us to look at. What I want us all to be using and all to be focused on is Unity Hub, which is a version control platform for different versions of the Unity software which we'll be using. Because Unity is an evolving platform that updates frequently, it's really important to be aware that the versions you build your projects in are going to change over time. And so we want to have a manager that helps us organize which one of our Unity projects were built in which version of the Unity software. So I'm going to go ahead and click this Download Unity Hub. You're going to go ahead and open that, agree to the terms and conditions, and it's going to be installing that onto your computer. Then you will see a UI that looks something like this. Now, I've been working with Unity for a while, so I have a lot of projects that are saved on my machine. If you are opening Unity Hub for the first time, this area will probably be blank. You won't have anything here. So this is the Projects tab of Unity Hub, is where you will see projects that you have worked on locally on your machine. It'll tell you the name of the Unity project and the version of Unity that it was built in. Now, what we want to do is use Unity Hub to download the Unity software in the version that we want to use. And to do that, we need to come over to Installs. And you can see on my machine, I actually have 3 different versions of Unity installed locally on my machine. And that's because I have different projects in development that are using these 3 different versions of the software. And what we want to do is we want to add a new version of Unity for you. If you already have 2019.4 LTS installed on your machine with WebGL support, you can go ahead and skip forward to the next video in the tutorial series. But if you don't, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click Add. And you'll see here's all of the versions currently available to download directly in Unity Hub. What we want to use is this 2019.4. This LTS stands for long-term support, which means that Unity is committed to continuing to support this version of Unity into the future. So I suggest everybody start with 2019.4. That's the version all of our tutorials are going to be using. You'll go ahead and hit Next, and it's going to bring you to this page where you can include different modules. Modules are the kinds of platforms that you might want to export your project to. Mac build support if you want to create Unity projects that can be deployed on a Mac machine. And if you are working with Windows, You will probably want to include Windows build support, iOS build support if you want to make Unity projects that are compatible with iOS devices like iPhones and iPads, and possibly Android build support for anybody who wants to be developing for Android devices. For this particular workflow, none of these are required because the platform that we're developing for is WebGL. So we're going to be developing for the browser. So it's really important that you have WebGL build support selected. Go ahead and hit next. Agree to the terms and services. And it's going to begin installing that piece of software onto your machine. Now, this might take several minutes depending on how fast your computer is, how fast your internet connection is, because this is a fairly large piece of software that we're working with. Okay, so now while this is finishing installing, I'm going to switch over and begin the process of downloading and installing GitHub for my machine.